Hello, I'm Anthony Hendrickson. I'm the Dean of the Heider College of Business here at Creighton University, and it's my pleasure to give you this update of what happened over the last school year. As you know, starting last spring, we were hit with the pandemic, and so we had to kind of pivot on the fly. We created a stopgap experience for our students. Come summer, we then started to explore best practices for instruction and train faculty on how to effectively administer these best practices, including hybrid classes, Zoom recordings, doing temperature checks upon entering campus buildings, closing campus to all non-essential employees. In the spring, as we closed down, the school representatives called all of the student parents in the spring of 2020. And when the university, at that time when university went into lockdown, and so we wanted to check on how students were doing. Parents and students overwhelmingly expressed a desire for in-person education. So we set about to make that happen in a safe manner. It was a massive undertaking, but it was well worth it. Students had as close to a traditional college experience as we could possibly make it. Yes, some of the activities were canceled, but most were actually adapted. So some examples. Our Creighton Business Symposium went viral, but we actually enjoyed the largest audience in history due to that virtual format. All of the speakers were uploaded to Entrepreneurs on Fire podcast, and that resulted in over 800,000 people listening as of February to the speakers on our business symposium. Our Murphy Cup went viral. We actually had participants crossing 4 time zones, zooming in from Hawaii and England and parts in between. Our value investing panel for the second year in a row had to be canceled this spring. As you know, the value investing panel was typically the event that immediately precedes the Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting here in Omaha. Our portfolio practicum, that's the program where our students actually manage a portion of the university's endowment, actually grew and topped $12 million. So our students did an excellent job of managing that portfolio during the pandemic. Our New York travel course, one of the college's longest running travel courses and programs, went viral as well. Participants met with alums and firms in the finance and accounting industries remotely and still had a great experience. Service was still an integral part of what we do. The Dean's Honor Roll for Social Responsibility had a new record number of students. In the fall, 205 students fulfilled the requirement for the Dean's Honor Roll for Social Responsibility. And when the typical modes of service that students had were closed down, such as the Slagle Center for Service and Justice and the Justice Trips and our Project Homeless, but students did turn out to serve for the university's vaccination clinics. We had over 13 clinic dates, and we delivered over 42,000 doses of the vaccination. Faculty and students proved to be innovative, resilient, and courageous in the face of the unknown. Let me talk a little bit about our Harper renovations and what happened with COVID and the pandemic and the timing of that. So timing is everything. Though the renovations predated the pandemic, 7 critical renovation components enable us to be in person and more effectively and safely actually conduct our remote classes. We have over 25 huddle rooms. Those are private study spaces within the building, and open air collaboration spaces, over 50 of those meant for students and faculty so that they can remain on campus and safely attend classes and study in between. We used advanced technology in the classrooms, new video, microphones, speakers, interactive monitors, multiple wall monitors that would mirror the professor's screen, allow students to hook up their own devices and share their content. Those renovations were really crucial to us to be able to have a very good experience for the students in the fall and spring. The non-COVID kinds of things that we were able to accomplish in terms of the renovations We have a wonderful new atrium. We have an incredible, unique screen presentation device that hangs down from the ceiling of the atrium. We call that the Nerve Center. It showcases our best and brightest of faculty and students and alumni. Our IJ was reconfigured. That's the campus Apple Store. Again, that's the only campus Apple Store in the world that's run exclusively by students, and it's been moved and relocated to the front of the Harper Center and expanded. It's right across from the Starbucks, and of course we all know about the Starbucks. This is our second Starbucks on campus, and that's really important because, as you know, caffeine fuels college students. We have a St. Peter Faber of the Society of Jesus Chapel. It's a beautiful space for quiet reflection right in the center of the Harper Center, and it includes a replica of the cave where St. Ignatius actually did his contemplation and received in spiritual enlightenment and actually developed the spiritual exercises. Its prominence calls to mind the importance that faith and our Jesuit values play in the formation of our students. Innovation, analytics, digital content, and agency labs are all included in the renovations, along with the Heider Investment Analysis Center in an expanded version. That, of course, hosts our dozen or more Bloomberg terminals. The Institute for Economic Inquiry has new dedicated space to keep pace with the phenomenal growth that's going on there. We have a number of increased meeting rooms and faculty office space. The ground floor still contains the Career Center and admissions, and we've moved the bookstore in an expanded location to the first floor. The aesthetics are phenomenal. Intentional branding that includes Blue Jay etchings on the glass, and we've incorporated that into the wallpaper. Our Jesuit charisms and Heider mindset curriculum are displayed throughout the Harper Center and serve as a reminder of our foundation, why we're here, and who we are. Now I want to bring you up to speed a little bit about our Heider mindset curriculum. You know, this is a big picture approach to education, extended beyond the business-specific kinds of classes, and really helping students acquire those holistic kinds of skills that they need, and helps to marry intense instruction in academic theory to the opportunity to put that into action. And so we have these boundary spanning and transferable skills that we're hoping to inculcate into our students. Communication, teamwork, project management, critical thinking. The mindsets themselves are cross-cultural because we think everybody's going to have to learn to deal with new cultures, even in the U.S. And we originally thought that might be a global mindset, but we realize it's really cross-cultural because even here domestically we have a number of cultures. We think everyone needs an analytical mindset because you're going to have to be able to be your own data analyst, if you will, and boil the ocean of data to make better decisions. We think everyone needs a collaborative mindset, working well with others. Business is a team sport, and that also incorporates your presentation skills, written and oral communication, and your leadership skills. We think you need an action mindset. It's not enough just to know something, but when do you take action and how to actively change the world? And then, of course, as a Jesuit institution, we think you need to have a service mindset. We want you to become our students to become a servant leader and to realize we share this planet with 7 billion other people. And if you're blessed enough to be at Creighton, you're blessed enough that you should share those skills with others. And then last but not least, our reflective mindset. And this really comes from our Jesuit tradition, where we want students to not just do something, but then take some moment and think about those things and reflect how we can make those better going into the future. Looking ahead, the university has announced that we're going to return this academic year to our regular schedule and have more traditional campus environment. We will have mandatory vaccination for students in the upcoming year. Access to campus will return. We'll eliminate the temperature checks, and we've already done some of those things. Travel is opening up. Attendance at sporting events will be allowed. So we're hoping that the pandemic will be behind us in many respects, and we're on to bigger and better things and a great future for our students in the coming school year. So thank you for your past and present support and your continued support. And I just want to thank you all for entrusting your students to come to us and allowing us to help shape their young lives. Thank you.